Hello friends, welcome to the Tech Expert channel, and this is your ChatGPT series. Today we are going to see how we can create an image generation web application using OpenAPI and React application. Let me go into the Visual Studio and let's go with from a beginning and from the scratch. Okay, let's create a project. So let me open the terminal and create an React application. So npx create React app and let the app name maybe we are doing with the image generation and then maybe open AI. Hit enter. So this will take maybe around 1 to 1.5 minutes to prepare your initial application, which also includes the node modules to be downloaded. So if you see on the right hand side, already folder has been created as image and OpenAI. This is my application name. So once it completes the initial boilerplate code creation, so we'll quickly build an application with a simple edit box where you can pass in your text message and also a button which will allow me to click. Once you click, it fetches the data from the edit box and prepares a package and calls the OpenAI's API and then generates image based on the OpenAI sends back me the image generated response and will be loading and displaying on the UI itself. So after that you should be able to type in any text and you should be able to generate an image according to the text. Alright, so with that, right, I can see that application is already created. Let me quickly check whether the app is clearly generated or not. So default application provided by React is created or not. Yes, our application is ready now. So with this, right, we'll go back to our application, expand the folder structure and see what we need to display. So let's jump on directly into the app.js. So I don't need all these things. So let me knock out all of this and just return a header, right, with image generation application. Okay, let me save it and see. Absolutely, so we're able to see that application has been created. All right, let's save this. So now, right, we have a basic application which is displayed. So we do need basically one edit box, basically an input widget. So let me create that as well. Okay, this is my input. So what do we need in this input? I need a placeholder. What should be my placeholder? Maybe type here, that would help. And then maybe let me see how that looks like. Yes, I can see. Okay, that's my input, and let me create a button as well. Okay, this is my button and I want to call it as generate image. Let's save this, come back. I see that they are just next to each other, that into the call in the API, so that on click I should be able to connect to the OpenAI's API and then get the response back and then maybe display on the console for now, just to pick a with. Alright, so first and foremost, let's go and get the keys from the OpenAI. So let me go to the OpenAI and click on the API login. So you need to log in to generate the keys. So let me use my account to log in. Okay, this is my account So I created a bunch of keys. Let me create a fresh new key. When you click on the create key, it will show you a key. Copy the key and then say OK. So this is the key we need to communicate with the OpenAI through our account. So come back to the application and let's define a constant variable here. Configuration. So under the configuration, we can instantiate configuration class from the OpenAI. So let me call it as a API key variable and then assign the copied string to this variable. So I don't need anything to reuse this way. Save it. So since I'm using the OpenAI, let me first import that. Import configuration, comma. I do need OpenAI API. Okay, I need to use the curl brace here. From, so we have to use the OpenAI package. Okay, here you go. So I'm assuming that you have already installed OpenAI. If not, let's go to the terminal and quickly check that part. So how do you install the OpenAI package for your JavaScript or the Node.js? So you go to the command prompt, npm install OpenAI, hit enter. So it will install the latest OpenAI package into your library or into your application basically. So once it is completed, you should be able to see. So we are able to import the OpenAI's package and then configuration is used. So we have copied the key from the account now. So next we have to call the OpenAI method. So with this key we should be able to easily call that. So let's go ahead and declare a const OpenAI parameter like instantiating OpenAI object class, basically then pass the configurations as part of this so that it will establish a connection with my account with the key. So now that we have this established handle under the OpenAI, so I should be able to use that for further calls, right? So let's see, I have a button now, generate image. So what I'll do is let me call a function on the click of button. That function will go to the backend and get the image URL or maybe the complete image. So what I'll do is I will call on click method over here. On click, so basically on the button I want to call on click. So on click, what it does, so it will call generate image function, which I'm going to define now. So let me copy this, let me define over here. So const generate image, let it be async in nature, and then so what do I do in this? Whenever I click a button, this function is called. What is generate image? So when the image in this function is called, I'll have straight away go to the documentation and then image generation. If you see over here, there is a generation, there is a code for Node.js. It has there for Python and Node.js. So let's go to the Node.js and just copy this code, come back, just paste under this method. So what it does, it is basically calling a through OpenAI objects. It's calling the create image function, which is built on API function, and then we'll be passing a prompt, which is nothing but what text you want. So by default I'm passing some text, and then n is basically number of returns you want results. One result is fine, and this is the size of the image you are expecting back. Once the function calls and response is available as per response package, I'm just trying to see how I can place it over here. So let me put it across the console now. As of now, console.log, and then just pass this so that I can see it on the web console. Okay, that's good. Alright, so let me see this. So what happened now? If you see, on click button, generate image will be called, and then the generate image will go and call the OpenAI functionality. Let us see any. So we'll go to the terminal, and then let's run once again because I stopped for some reason. Hope there are no errors. Absolutely. So let me go to the developer tool and just enable the console log so that I can see when I click on the generate what happens. So just click on the generate button. If you see, there is a generation which happened. There is header responses coming in, so the request is success with the proper key in place, and you can see in the console I can see there is a URL generator. Just click on that URL and see it generates an image. Fantastic. I'm really thrilled with this. So you have an image responded back from OpenAI to your application. Now that we have image, let's quickly jump back to the application and see how we can embed on the UI itself. Come back to the application, just minimize this to here. So what I need maybe a image resource over here so that I can display. Before even displaying on that, what I want to do, I want to display image of what I want through the prompt message. So prompt is already, it's a static as of now. So what I will do is I will create the states. Okay, so what I will do is first I will create the prompt state, prompt, and then maybe a set prompt. So these two will be managed using okay, and then I need one more const to manage my result out of text box so that I can pick the dynamic states, the parameters basically. Okay, so that right, what I'll do is come back to your input. So under the input, right, so what I would suggest is create an on click event basically, right? Not here, basically here. If I come here, I will basically on change, not even on click, it's a on change when the event is triggered. Let me call that event as E. And then right, it will call this set result, or maybe set prompt, because set prompt with the E dot target dot value. Okay, this is on change event. I'm just trying to call here so that the set prompt will update the value into the prompt, so I can use the prompt to replace the fixed text. Okay, so this will link back. So now, so whatever text I enter, that is replaced in the prompt place, so you don't have to worry now worrying about the hard coded. So whatever you edit in the edit box, that prompt will be on change set to the prompt variable. So now on button click, I am calling the set result as well. So what I'll do here is, so maybe generate image, right? Once the console is created, I also set the result with the response value, so that that value is available as part of the result variable. Got it? So when I call the set result, so the set result will set the response URL back into the my result variable. Okay, so result variable is not yet used. Where we want to use, I want to use the result variable in my image basically. So I'll call an image tag name, and then, so what is the source? What is the source? Source will be basically, I'll be passing from the result parameter, because whatever response is, I just want to place there. So my alternate string will be like image. That should be good enough, I think. Right, so that's good. So that is the one. I will just display. So I hope this is ready now. So it's image is this one. Let's see if any error. So there is an error on the battery variable. What happened to this? Let's see. On change. Okay, I got it. So this should be off. Function itself. So I believe use state. What happened to use state? So if I want to use state, I need to import use state. Okay, use state. Okay, so I will be importing use state from where? From React. That is the part of React. Okay. Okay, balloon, yeah, that's ready. So there is an image showing over here. So how do I remove this? Maybe let me put some condition over here, like so result dot length. If length is greater than 0, what do you do? If length is, this is unwanted code. If the result dot length is greater than 0, so what you do is you display the image part here, correct? Right, so let me put it under the function, this one. Okay, so the result dot length is greater than 0, you display the image part. So this covers the image part. If not, what you do? You do nothing. Okay, that ends my function. So let me see this. Do you see the image? Yes, it's not showing now. So now what I have done, I've created an image placeholder, and I'm just checking the length of the result value, whatever is coming from the response URL. If it is not 0, then it will display, otherwise do nothing. Alright, now let's go back the application. Let's type maybe a man sitting on the wall near a beach. Okay, near a beach, and just click on the generate button. So you can go to the console logs. Console logs are generated already. If you see, the image is generated, the response is 200. You can see that image is already getting generated. So this is our application. Amazing. So this is what we expected, a man sitting on the wall near the beach, and this is how image is generated. Awesome. So we have done the major part of the application. Now what we are going to do is just fine tuning the application and making sure it looks better. So that part if you can skip, but otherwise if you like the video, please go ahead and share, like and subscribe. So what we'll do is we'll basically now align this widget and ensure that we have better look. Okay, so let's play around with some CSS activities. Go to CSS, let's go to the app.css. Now got everything from here, from the API. I think what is the main class? It is app. So let me define the classes for each of them. So button I will define as class name button, and then I'll define a class for even my input, so as input. So I have 3 classes now. So and also I'll define a class for even the image. Class name as my image. So let me call it as a my image. So now go back to CSS, and then maybe dot app. So what I want to define at least here is display type. Let me make it as flex, and the flex direction maybe let's make it as column based, so that you will see all of them in the vertical. If you see yes, then maybe width I will make, or maybe alignment to center. Come back, see here it goes. And then what I'll do is I'll go to the dot button, and this one, so probably I need to add a width. I will fix it to 350 pixel, and then the margin, I just need a margin of maybe around 10 px. Let me copy this similar functionalities for even my input, save it, come back and see, here you go, there is a better visibility. So but I may not need that much, so maybe I'll keep it for 100 px. How it looks. Okay, there's a mistake over here. So I need input 350, but when it comes to button, let me reserve it to maybe 80. Not 80 is not good. Maybe 120 is better. Yeah, it looks better now. So every time come back to application, type in whatever you want. Let me try one more example with this new UI look. Okay, create a logo for fisherman, and just click on the generate. Let's see what it will generate. I'm trying this first time, so it takes a couple of seconds to provide you the result. Alright, so there is something related to fisherman's places. Awesome. Okay, that's pretty much. So this is my CSS code, and this is the major JavaScript code for the React application, and this is the block which will actually communicate with the OpenAI API, and this is actually the block which will get a key and use that for further authenticated communication. So this key definitely no need to worry, so I'll be going to delete, so anybody cannot be going to use it anymore. Alright, if you have liked the video, please save, share, subscribe, and do let me know if anything needed further on this topic. So I'm preparing series of such videos. Let's catch you in the next video. Until then, thank you so much. Bye bye.